everybody, it's Jenny Druid here from That's Crafty Stampers in Australia, and today the project that I would like to show you is something that I saw on Pinterest of another demonstrator called Laurie Pinto, and thank you Laurie for this video tutorial. The project is 3 items in one, that being a lovely gift card, a normal card, C6 size card that opens up like that. It also has 2 other items in it. It's got a little card in here that you could include in the back, either money or a gift card or a packet of seeds. And there's also a lovely little bookmark or a gift tag. So 3 projects in one. And if you're all familiar with Stampin' Up, you'll know that the annual catalogue, this is the annual catalogue here, it's due to finish at the end of April, and a new catalogue comes in the beginning of May. So what I thought it'd be good to do is there's a lot of things at 60% off. I try and find a bundle from this book that everything's on sale, which I have done, and it's called the Honeybee Home Set. So if you turn to page 74 on your annual catalogue, there's a lovely stamp set here and matching dies called the Honeybee Home Bundle. So, and these are all 60% off at the moment. So what I've done to combine these projects is I bought the dies, these are the dies here, and I bought the stamps. So that's what they look like when they're all stamped up. So you've got the dies that match all these things here. These dies match those. Then you've got extra foliage and you've got lovely sentiments as well. So that bundle combined with this paper, which is on the clearance rack, I think that's out at $8 instead of $21. So this paper is called Harvest Meadow. So beautiful colours in there. Misty Moonlight, that's the colour that's coming back in, so we're using that one in that paper. So they're the papers. So what I've done, I've worked out a package that works out just under $50 Australian. I think it was $49.50. So you get the stamp set, you get the dies, you get the paper, and these gorgeous champagne gems are also on special out at $6.30. So that whole bundle works out at just under $50. So I've drafted the pattern for you, and I'll show you how to make this project. So here's the pattern if you want to screenshot it. So it's just a normal C6 size card. So I've made one up in the lovely pretty green colours in this paper and also in the Misty Moonlight. So how we make that card is we're going to just get, it's just a normal C6 size card. So whether it's the American or Australian cardstock, you just cut an A4 in half and score it in half. That forms your main part of your card. So that's that bit. For the front of your card, you just need an insert that's going inside here and a piece of designer series paper on the front. Both of those are cut at the same size. So 3 7/8 by 5 5/8. So that's the front of the card. Then this little pocket here that's going to this little card here is, we'll call that part the gift card. So you need a piece of cardstock and a piece of designer series paper. The cardstock is cut at 3 1/4 by 4 3/4, and the DSP to go on the front, which has a little border around it, is cut by 3 by 4 1/2. And then the next piece that forms this little pocket here, so see this little pocket here that everything's going to go into, that is just a square piece of cardstock. So we've got a square piece of cardstock here, and that is 3 1/2 by 3 1/2 for the cardstock, and the designer series paper that's going to go over it is slightly smaller at 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. And I'll show you how to cut that on the trimmer in a minute for your pocket. And the last piece to do is the little tag or the bookmark, and that is a piece of cardstock which is cut at 2 inches by 4.5, and the matching DSP, which is cut at 1 3/4 and 4 1/4. So they're all the pieces that I've cut. Everything is on that pattern, so you'll be able to refer to it. To show you how to cut the little pocket that forms this part of the card, the trimmer, this is a Stampin' Up trimmer, which is great because it does all your cutting and all your scoring. Your dark coloured blade, the dark grey one, is your trimming blade, and your grey one is your scoring blade. So a little tip with your trimmer, if you've got this track here, when you're doing a lot of cutting, it occasionally gets filled up with fibres. So just get a really firm brush, and every now and then just clean that track out with a firm brush. That gets rid of all the fibres. A lot of you may not be aware, but this cutting blade, I always cut down. So when you're cutting down, you're doing your first cut. But you also get double use out of this blade. When you think your blade is actually running out of cuts, take your blade out and actually switch it around, turn it around, because you're going to get just as many cuts from the other side of the blade. So that's a little tip if you didn't know that one. What we're going to be doing with this, these two square pieces to form the pocket, we're going to line this point and this point up into the track, the cutting track. So you just line one up there, so they're right in the middle of the track. Close your bar down and then just slice it, so you've got 2 even cuts. Then with your designer series paper, just take into account that if you've got a directional pattern, you want one pattern that's going up the right way in this corner here. So we're going to place that with the pattern facing the right way. We're going to put 1 point up in the top track and 1 in the bottom track. So it's all lined up nice and accurate, and then we're just going to slice it. So that's actually forming 2 pockets. So we've got that for another card. Right, to put the card together, really, really easy. So I've got all the pieces cut. I've already stamped an insert using the gorgeous hollyhocks on here. So I've used this design and I've coloured them in stamping blends, and then I've used a matching die that cuts it out for the front pieces of the card. So nice quick card to do for demonstrating wise. I think you all know how to colour in, and so we've got the card here. We're going to, I've already stamped the design. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a little bit of blue around here with a blending brush. So I've got my blending brush, I've got balmy blue ink pad, and this is just going to soften the edges of the design. So we're just going to work our brush into the ink pad and then start off the page so you're not getting a blob, and just work lightly around the edge of the card. I don't know whether you can pick that up on the video, but it's just giving a very soft blue look around the edge of the card. Just takes that starkness of the white off it. So, and that's something you can do on the envelope too if you wanted to. So we're going to attach the inside of the card to here with multi-purpose glue. So what's good about the multi-purpose glue is it dries pretty quickly, but you've also got a little bit of wiggle room to get the, if you need to move it around to get it all even. So we're just going to stick that on with a nice little border all the way around, flatten it. So that's the main card done. We're now going to do the front of the card. So that's these 2 pieces. Right, so this one's here. So this is going on here. So that's the front of the card. It's very pretty paper, this. Misty Moonlight and Basic White, the colours. Okay, now we've already cut that pocket to form this pocket on this card. So we want to make sure we don't glue this flap here because we want to get these items into there. So we'll glue the Designer Series paper triangle onto the Misty Moonlight back piece. That bit can all be glued on, but the important part with this bit is not to glue this part here. We just want to glue the bits that go on there. So just wanting it on this edge here and this edge here. We don't want it on this flat bit where the pockets are going in. You just glue that all to the edge like that. So that's just gluing that side and that side, but not this side. Then this part here is just your little gift card that you can attach money or a letter to. And all these pieces are on the pattern that are here. So we're just going to attach this. And just to keep the video a bit shorter, I've actually stamped and coloured in and die cut everything just to show you how it all goes together, because I'm sure you all know how to glue flowers on. So that's that card there. The actual bookmark part of it, so these two pieces here, we're going to use the Best Trio punch to do this. So we're going to, if you've got the scalloped edge topper or one of those punches, you could use that as well. So we're just going to, it's got two corners on here and it's also got a slot for the hole up the top. So we're just going to put the cardstock into this corner here and punch down, and we're going to actually flip it over to this side to get a marrying effect of this design. So just going to do that. So you've got two sides the same. We're going to do exactly the same on your Designer Series paper. So one, and then take it out and then flip it over that way. Flip it over to the reverse side. So that gives you a nice pretty edge on that. So we're going to attach this to there. There's some really good specials on at the moment with this 60% off sale. So I thought with this bundle, it's quite a pretty set that you can combine your dies with other sets that you've got. The paper's really pretty, and I'm really, really sorry to see that the champagne gems, these gorgeous champagne gems, are retiring. They've been out for quite a while. There's 140 gems in that and lots of little ones. I find I use the little ones a lot. So what's going to happen now is, to save time with the video, I've already die cut everything. So I would be adding my hollyhocks. I would add one of these dies from the set of green foliage. I'd also add another one of the foliage sets in the Misty Moonlight. You could cut them out in any colour. You could cut them out in white if you wanted to. There's also another, here we go, there's a lovely little bumblebee that's in the set, which has got a die cut. That will go there. And then this piece, another piece of foliage. There's quite a few bits of foliage here, so it does take time to put together. So I would add all that and have it quarter of the way up the design. Once it's all glued, I then put some ribbon around it, like this. So I'd put some ribbon around it, glue all this, put the bumblebee on, add some gems, and then this bit goes into here so that the ribbon comes over the design. And then the bookmark's the same. The bookmark or tag, I've just die cut everything just to save a bit of time. This is what the finished item looks like. So you just put whatever foliage you want on, tie a ribbon, and that's going to go in behind that. So when it's all finished, it looks quite pretty with that top bit coming up. So I hope you liked that project. There's another one here done in the paper that's out of the Harvest Meadow in the green, which is really, really pretty as well. And then I've also done a whole lot of cards up the top here that Ellen will scan across. So this might give you, if you are getting the bundle, here's some other ideas of things that you might like to make. I really hope you've enjoyed this video today. It is a great time to pick up things that are on the 60% off sale. And if you've liked my video, please hit the subscribe button. And if you would like to have upcoming videos notified, just click the little bell. Happy crafting, everyone, and enjoy. Bye.